ever given a reading to has been able to confirm that what I have said was correct and true for them. And these are unique one-on-one readings. So there must be a science, because it's not all about what I'm able to do as a reader or another reader. It's about, what does this information tell you? So for people, Johnny, who are frightened of what's new, they're going to attack it. You know, when people were frightened of electricity, they attacked it. People were scared of pregnant women flying on airplanes, they attacked it. And, you know, as any good fireman or warrior knows, you got to take care of the home base first. And you got to, in the down times, clean your fire engines. And if you're a warrior, make sure your blades are sharpened. So yeah, I would tell this person, they can criticize me, but I've been spending time learning about myself, and I really don't think you can dispute with me what I've learned about myself. In fact, if we're not arguing about it, I could learn about what this gentleman who's arguing with us has learned about himself. Does he know for certain where he comes from? Does he know for certain where he's going? Or is he operating from a belief system? And that's the difference between a belief and a faith and a knowing. So when it comes to knowing yourself, who can dispute what you know about yourself? This gentleman, I would disarm him, and I would ask him to put down his thoughts for just a moment, and I would ask him to go on a journey, and I would show him a chart, just like we're going to do tonight, and say, does this chart describe who I'm talking to?
Yeah.
And he would probably go, well, you know, I didn't like this before, but you're right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Their arguments are very, very vague. Anyway, you know, I mean, it's the same old phrase I always hear. Well, you know, if astrology, if you can see the future or the tarot or this system or that system, why don't you do it to win the lottery? You know, I mean, the same stuff that has no base. But anyway, I mean, I can vouch for what you just said, Joe, because when you did my chart, you specifically pointed out that I have a very skill, let's just say, or way of transmitting or communicating in a charismatic way. And I always knew that about myself, you know, Joe, but I never believed it until when we did the chart with you, it finally sunk in. And now, every time I'm addressing someone or I come on the show, I understand that I have it more clear that, yes, I do have that ability. And now I'm noticing in people when I speak to them, they're sort of like paying attention or almost a little dumbfounded. So I can vouch for exactly for what you're saying about these charts. And I thank you because, you know, I was glad that I stumbled across you and this wonderful information that we're going to share with folks in just a minute. So why don't we take a quick break, Joe, so we can set up the charts. And we have a special friend of ours, a woman who's been watching our shows, and we are going to have Joe analyze the chart and go in a little detail on what this science is specifically about the human design. So we're going to take a quick break. Joe will be right back so we can get that all set. Don't go anywhere. Okay, and we're back. We're talking to Joseph Anicelli. Joseph is a researcher, international speaker, and he'll be showing us just in a few moments a chart that it's called the human design. And we've asked Joseph, let me bring him in, to analyze one of our audience members who we've given him the information. He's going to bring up the chart, explain to us what is the human design a little bit more in detail, and how this chart or this information on the human design is extremely important for us to begin to understand ourselves, to see what's the strong points in our lives, in our existence, what are our weak points, or